And to shed more light on the issue and developments concerning the opening of the Rafah border crossing, we are joined by Ambassador Moataz Ahmadein, former permanent representative of Egypt at the United Nations. Ambassador Ahmadein, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for calling.
Mr. Ambassador, indeed a very important movement, and finally after 1 year the opening of the Rafah border crossing from the Palestinian side. How do you see this move, and how this move could affect in a positive way the situation in the Gaza Strip?
I think it is very important to open the Rafah crossing after, I would say, 1 year and 9 months of Israeli occupation. Of course, the Israelis are putting many obstacles in the face of the Palestinians and of Egyptian authorities. But what I see from the news today is that the position of Egypt is firm enough, and we have accepted to receive 50 Palestinians. And from the other side, we have insisted to have 50 Palestinians to come back to the Gaza Strip. This is very important in order to prevent the plan that has been announced by Israel and supported by the United States to deport the Palestinians and making them leave Gaza, to leave it as a piece of land, as President Trump has mentioned, for the reconstruction plan, not the one that Egypt has prepared in coordination with the Arab League, the European Union and the United Nations, but in accordance with the plan that Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, has presented in Davos, which means to deport the Palestinians and reconstruct sort of Riviera Plus in Gaza. Now that Egypt has taken a firm position, Palestinians are returning to Gaza. Those in need of medical attention are leaving Gaza to Egypt. And the coming days will show us whether this game of twisting arms is going to work in our favor or in favor of Israel. But I see that from the first day, it is in favor of the Palestinians and the right position taken by Egypt and the Arab and the Islamic mediators.
Yes. Mr. Ambassador, of course, the opening of the border crossing from the Palestinian side is one of the important requirements from the peace agreement that was signed in Egypt. How do you see the process going on the ground regarding the second phase from the implementation of the second phase of the agreement, which was announced earlier by the United States?
Thank you, Mrs. Rabia. This is a great question because, as you know, the opening of the Rafah crossing was part of the first phase, not the second phase. In my opinion, the first phase has not been implemented in full, especially that paragraphs 7 and 8 of Trump's plan regarding the introduction of humanitarian assistance has not been implemented in full by Israel, not regarding the quantity nor the quality of the humanitarian assistance, nor again the role of the United Nations in the distribution of the assistance. In addition to all of that, there is no real ceasefire. Yes, the number of Palestinians that are being killed by Israel has been reduced dramatically, but again, the massacre of the day before yesterday show us that Israel is still killing at will. But nevertheless, we look forward to implement a just solution, which will include, of course, the withdrawal of the Israeli forces. But again, one has to be very firm and very cautious because Israel does not want to implement, to withdraw from Gaza. The second phase of the plan itself depends on the establishment of the International Stabilization Force, which does not look like it is going to be established soon, in spite of news that it is going to be announced next week. The head of this stabilization force is an American general who failed utterly in presiding over the monitoring mechanism of the ceasefire in Lebanon. So there are many challenges ahead. and we have to keep pushing forward for what the Egypt and the Palestinians want, which is a complete withdrawal and reconstruction according to the Arab-Egyptian plan that has been approved in the summit in Cairo last March, and not the Riviera Plus, and not giving opportunities for Israel to stay and to stay indefinitely in the Philadelphia corridor, of course.
Indeed. Ambassador Moataz Ahmadein, thank you so much, sir, for your very precious input. It was a real pleasure. And moving on with Panorama News.
And northeast Syria's Hasaka was under curfew on Monday, and government forces were expected to enter parts of the city under an integration deal with the Kurds.
Head of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, the SDF, had said that the deal would be implemented on the ground from Monday.